Eighth graders, this screencast is designed to teach you some things about email using Google's Mail, Gmail. In this screencast, we're going to go through basic reply to all, carbon copy, blind carbon copy, and attachments. So we'll try to do it in short order. This video is assuming you've logged in and you know how to send a basic message through Gmail. We covered that in class on Thursday the 20th. So it's expected that the user already has those basic skills, how to log into their Gmail account and compose a basic message to somebody else and send it. And so what I would like to do is show you how to use really carbon copy, blind carbon copy. It's fairly well misunderstood with people how to use it correctly. So I'll give you a real world example, try to juggle my 3 email accounts so I can illustrate it to you and show you what the difference is. Let's go into compose a new message here and show you what it looks like. They all have this feature, all email clients do. So if I go into carbon copy and blind carbon copy just to show those 2 lines, okay, here's the difference. If you're going to send a message to a group of people, okay, and the correct way to do that would be to put all of the recipients in the blind carbon copy field. And the reason you do it this way is so that others who get the message, all the people in the group, don't have their identities revealed, right? That's kind of a privacy thing. So if I send a message to, by the way, I'm signed into my jharry@kingsford.org account. So if I send a message to my fictitious student account, right? I got a kind of a make-believe student account. It is an actual account, but it's me posing as a student. And I send that same message to my private email account that I have through Gmail. Okay, sending from this jharry@kingsford.org email account. I'm just going to put on my subject line, this is BCC. And in my message, I'll just put a real short line here. You cannot tell who else got the message. Now what happens is when I send this and I log into one of those other accounts, it's going to look like, you know, that recipient, the first recipient was the only one that got it. All right, it's not going to reveal all the people in the list. So if I go into this separate account, this is kind of like my student account, and jump over to my mail. Okay, here's the message. And it shows in here that I was the only recipient. All right, it doesn't show that other account. So if you're sending mail to a group of people and, you know, privacy is an issue, always put that group of people's names and email addresses in the BCC field. Okay, if I do that same little activity with carbon copy, let's create a message this time. Compose to with carbon copy, and this would be like putting multiples in a 2-line also. Let's do this and my other one, the KHS one. Okay, and now this is a CC mail. Okay, and I can just put in here, identities are revealed. Identity revealed. Tough time typing today. And what happens in this one is that both people are going to get it and both people know the other person got it. So now if I jump over to that other email account and go back to that inbox, now I can see the identity of the other recipients. So it was, if I just hit this down, oh, there they are. So the other message wasn't like that. It didn't reveal the other recipients. So it's kind of a tough one for most students because they don't do a lot of carbon copy, blind carbon copy. But I've received that question a lot, and I hope I've done a decent enough job of explaining what the difference is. The other thing a student should know how to do is when you get a message, you're going to want to know how to reply to it correctly. So if I got this message and I wanted to reply back, this button right here lets you reply back. If I choose to reply back, it's only going back to the recipient. Okay? Imagine being on the other end of an email where it was sent to a group of people, like this one was, and choosing to reply all. Okay, now this one, as I mentioned in class, is a little bit dangerous. If I go to reply all, notice both recipients who got the original email address are getting a copy of this. So anytime you're dealing with group emails and you see a lot of people in a recipient list, you got to be careful. Do you want to reply back to the original sender? Or if you do reply all, everybody who got the original message is going to see the message. Okay. One of the other things that you should know how to do is how to send a basic attachment. Rules for attachments. Don't send video through an attachment. It's just not the most feasible, best way to do it. Instead, post a video to YouTube, send the person the link, or find another third-party application that you can use for hosting your video, and send them the link. Okay. Same thing goes with massive amounts of pictures. You can send 1 or 2 pictures in an email, I usually tell people, but if you've got a lot of pictures to send, don't send them through an attachment. Okay. So what would you send in an attachment? Well, you might send a file, right, that you wanted the person to view, like a text file, like a Microsoft Word file, or in my case, I'm going to send myself a graphic that I might want to use in a production. So if I go to compose a message to my other Gmail account, like so, and I say here, or picture, okay, in the body, and be really straightforward. Here's the image you wanted. To send the attachment, you go down below to the paperclip and you can click on it. That's one way. Or I believe Google Gmail supports drag and drop. So here's the picture on my desktop. I should be able to drag that in and drop it as well. So it's user friendly with drag and drop type of attaching. So now when I send this small graphic, if I go to my other email account, there's the picture. So I'll get the attachment right there. And what you do with it, you can drag it, or right click on it, save it, or you can drag it and drop it to your local desktop too. So all of that stuff is supported. Okay, so now you know the ins and outs of reply to all, carbon copy, blind carbon copying, and sending attachments. So should be able to head over to my Edmodo page. I'll try to stop talking because not many words are coming out right. And there is a little quiz on the concepts you learned today.